Good day, yogis, and welcome back onto the mat with me for this Yin Yoga sequence set to soothe your soul. So, in our very busy lifestyles and days, we often just need that little pause, that little moment, that still point moment where we're able to just reconnect and turn within. So, for our practice today, you're going to need to grab hold of your mat, a couple of yoga bricks if you have them, and we're going to start off with a short seated meditation. So allow yourself to come into an easy seat, pressing both of your sit bones down onto the ground, and then bringing your hand into prayer pose and drawing your hands in towards your chest. So just taking a few moments here now as you close your eyes, and as you allow yourself to soften into the space around you, deeply inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And just allow yourself to settle, feeling both of your sit bones pressing down into the earth beneath you. Allowing your shoulders to drift away from your ears as you lengthen up from the base of your spine. Just taking some more deep breaths here. On your exhale, lower your hands down to your knees. Allow your palms to face upward. Allow yourself to connect once more to your breath, deeply inhaling and exhaling. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today of allowing yourself some space for healing, allowing yourself space for self-reflection. Taking last few breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly opening up your eyes and coming back into the space. Turn your palms down onto your thighs and gently rub your hands up and down the thighs, just feeling into your body. Warming up through the thighs. We're moving into the first of our yin stretches today, which is going to be a twist. We're going to twist over to the right side and then to the left side, but we're going to hold this twist for a couple of minutes on each side. So let's go over to the left side first today. We're taking right hand onto left knee and left hand behind the body, and you can just hold here. Settle into the twist, breathing deeply. Remembering that in Yin Yoga, we work to long hold the postures, to tap into the connective tissue and fascia of the body and the ligaments of the body. So we hold the postures for anything from 2 to 10 minutes. We allow the body to bypass the yang muscles and into connective tissues, ligaments and fascia. We work to the principles of Yin Yoga, which are to hold the posture in complete stillness and work towards an edge of a 5 to a 7 out of 10. So not pushing past that. Slowly allow yourself to come back to neutral space. And we're going to twist over to the other side now. So left hand onto right knee. Right hand sweeps behind the back body and twisting over to the right side now, holding the posture. Breathing here for 2 minutes. Allow yourself to connect back to the breath as you deeply inhale and exhale through the nose. Feel into whatever is presented for you here in this twist. We very often spend a very short time in our twists, moving and flowing from one posture to the other. So now is your chance to really feel what the body feels like in this shape. Gently allow yourself to come back into neutral space. Just take a few moments there, allowing the body to reset. And then we're going to take a side bend or side stretch. So the left hand is going to slide out onto the mat and the right arm up and over, and we're going to stay here for 2 minutes. So keeping both of the sit bones pinned into the ground. Allow yourself to breathe deeply here. You can gaze under the armpit or down towards the floor, wherever works for you. Just feeling into the whole of your side body, feeling a stretch right from the fingertips all the way through side body and into the right hip, right thigh. Moving into the last 15 seconds here. And your side bend, feeling into the whole body. And slowly sweeping yourself out of the posture, raising both of the arms up and coming straight over into the other side. So side stretch now towards the right side. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Sigh out the breath and allow yourself to sink down. Breathing deeply, inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Feeling into the side body stretch. Side bending over to the right side. Another 15 seconds to go. Keeping both of the sit bones pinned. Slowly coming out of the posture, allowing yourself chance once more to reset. And then we're slowly going to come into the next posture or shape, which is melting heart. So coming up into a tabletop pose. Allow yourself to find a neutral spine, sweeping your hands to the front of the mat, and then allowing your forehead to drop down onto the ground. So a melting heart pose, you can walk your elbows in towards the head and sweep your hands into a prayer pose behind the head, into the nape of the neck. And just allowing yourself to fully surrender here. We're here for 3 minutes. Surrender the body down into the mat. Allow your chest to melt down into the floor. Take a few big breaths, a few big sighs. Allowing yourself to surrender even that much more. Noticing all sensations in your body. As you long hold this posture of melting heart, opening up through the chest, lengthening through the spine. Chest cavity is open here, so a brilliant opportunity to breathe fully and deeply, filling up your lungs with every inhale. And with every exhale, extending on your exhalation so that you're able to expose or expire even the last bits of air right from the bottom of your lungs. Moving into the last 15 seconds of melting heart pose. Slowly drop your hands down onto the mat, press the palms into the ground and gently walk the hands back into a tabletop position. Send your buttocks down towards your heels, lower your forehead down towards the ground and allow yourself a moment in child's pose. So just relaxing the whole of your body down into the ground. Few deep breaths here. And then slowly pressing or bringing hands underneath the shoulders, Pressing the ground away from you, sliding forward and dropping down into Sphinx Pose. So in Sphinx Pose, we're going to bring the elbows to stack underneath the shoulders. So gently rising up, bringing elbows underneath shoulders, arms extended forward, gazing forward, not dumping into the shoulders here, but lifting up and out, and allow yourself to settle here now. Finding some ease within the lower back, breathing gently. Soften the body right from the toes, through the ankles, through the calves, into the knees, into the thighs, into the buttocks, into the pelvis and the belly, through the chest and shoulders. Allow your whole body to melt down into the ground while being raised up on the elbows as you gaze forward. Allow this to be a time for you to turn inward. A time for you to self-reflect as you allow your body to melt into each shape. Allow your mind to slow, to quieten, to be at peace. Moving into the last 30 seconds of Sphinx Pose. Slowly send your elbows out to the edges of your mat. Bring one hand on top of the other. Allow your forehead to drop down onto your hands, just feeling into the back body, maybe gently wiggling or wagging the hips from side to side. And then slowly bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes and raising yourself up and back into a tabletop pose. The next posture we're going to come into is called frog pose. So I advise you to grab hold of a blanket for the sky. I'm going to take it facing you. So we're going to bring the knees out wide. So you can start it off as though you were going into a wide-legged child's pose. So taking your knees out nice and wide. And then you're going to drop onto the forearms and take the legs out. So the ankle stacks in line with the knee and the foot is facing out towards the side of the mat. And from here, you can create hands into prayer pose and drop the forehead. If you're able to get the knees out wider and open up further into the groin here, you can do so. We're going to hold this pose for a couple of minutes. This is a deep stretch into the groin. Sometimes you can feel a bit of pressure on the knees here. If that's the case, you can take a blanket and place it underneath both of the knees. So allow yourself to fully surrender and let go. frog pose. By shifting your hips back slightly, you may feel the pose intensify, and if it does, you can just shift your arms forward, coming forward a little more. So whatever works for you here. Remember, we're looking for the edge of a 5 out of 10, 5 to a 7, not deeper than that. So listen to your body, honor what is going on within your body. And you can slowly come out by pressing the palms back onto the mat, taking the toes back towards one another, gently shifting the knees back, and slowly drawing the knees back in towards one another. Just allow yourself a few moments to reset here, just placing palms onto the thighs, allowing the body to reset for one more breath. And then as you exhale, we're slowly going to roll up into downward facing dog, tucking the toes, raising up the legs. We're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So slowly stepping the right foot forward, dropping the back knee. From here, you might want to grab hold of your 2 blocks because you may need them. We're going to slide the foot forward, sending the heel into the ground and toes up towards the ceiling. So this is also known as half split. So half monkey pose, bringing your hands onto 2 blocks. Allow yourself to gaze forward and then drop the head down. So just feel into your own body here. If you're able to take it a bit deeper, you can drop onto level 2 of the blocks. So dropping them down 1 level or onto level 1. So just feel into your own body. Your wrists are then essentially stacked underneath your shoulders, and you can just continue to breathe here in this deep hamstring stretch. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Allow yourself to breathe deeply as you surrender a little bit further down into the stretch. Moving into the last 30 seconds. Perhaps sigh the breath out. Don't be shy to sigh, to create and shift energy through your body. Slowly roll forward, back onto the front right foot. We're just going to gently draw the knee back. Allow yourself to find tabletop once more, feeling into any rebound of that deep hamstring stretch. And then get ready to send the left foot forward. So once more, you can slide the heel of the foot forward, and you can again set yourself up with your blocks. And again, notice if you're able to shift the blocks as you start to melt into the posture. So taking some deep breaths as you allow yourself to fold forward. And again, shifting onto the different levels of your block, just noticing what works for you here. Moving into the last 30 seconds of our stretch. Slowly drawing your foot back without your mat, back into a tabletop pose, just gently wagging hips. You're going to take your feet a little, or your knees a little bit wide, toes to touch, drop your forehead, allow yourself some time, so not too wide, just underneath the shoulders. Allow yourself to drop down into child's pose. We're going to take our relaxation in child's pose. After child's pose, you do have the option to go into shavasana, but I encourage you to just take at least 5 minutes here in child's pose. Adjusting if you need to, just getting yourself completely comfortable. Allowing your forehead to drift down into the ground beneath you, allowing your whole body to melt into the floor.
Allow yourself to completely surrender into child's pose, holding no tension through the upper body whatsoever, being relaxed even down to the tips of your toes, just fully experiencing this deep, restorative, relaxing pose. Moving into the last 30 seconds of our child's pose. Slowly bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing the earth away from you as you come up and back into your easy seat, bringing the hips up onto a block. Allow yourself a few moments here, bringing the hands back into prayer pose. Begin to rub the palms together, generating some warmth. Resting the hands into heart center. Taking a deep inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, bow your nose down to the tips of your fingers, acknowledging yourself for wherever you are on your journey. Namaste. Wishing you a truly beautiful day further.